Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video we are checking out the Season 5 changes for Zangief. Obviously Zangief was one of the biggest characters that people were worried about coming into the V-Shift meta. Just like him and Mika, grapplers in general are probably gonna have it a little bit rough this season. So let's check out actually what did Capcom change with Zangief, and the first change is to his standing heavy punch. So basically what they did is that it's easier to whiff punish. So the standing heavy punch is now a little bit easier to whiff punish, and when you are doing it as a charged version, it used to be +1, now it's +3. +3 is really cool because this means that he can EX SBD after. But I mean, the attack was already super whiff punishable, so I'm not really sure what was the point of making it even more whiff punishable. Now it's like you can sleep and whiff punish this. You can like whiff punish it from full screen now almost. So that's kind of crazy to me. Not really sure why they did that. And if you happen to land it as a crush counter in the mid-air, I'm guessing you get some portal juggle now after it. Like you can probably get like a heavy kick here or something, right? Yeah. So I don't know. They are decent changes, but they are like I don't think this move needed to be nerfed. Although the buff to make it +3 on block is actually a really cool and good change, right? But of course, even if you don't consider it being with punishable, you have to consider that V shift is a big nerf to it as it is. So even if your opponent is not in range to walk back and punish it, they can V-shift it and punish Zangief, and he now have an extended hurt box. So it's gonna be really hard to use this attack. Then they changed his standing medium kick. I mean, apparently you were not able to counter hit this move at some point, so this seemed like a small nerf also. So I'm not really sure what was the issue here, but it looks like a bug fix. The following change is actually a buff, and it is that when Zangief is anti-airing with a crouching heavy punch, the opponent stays in the air longer. This is pretty much so that you can walk up and like threaten a grab, right? They are giving you more time to walk up and threaten the throw here, which I think is a good buff. So this is a small buff for Zangief. Small buff was his crouching heavy punch as an anti-air. Now the upcoming one is actually a really big change, and it is to his double lariat. The lariat can now be activated into V-trigger. This happens for both V-triggers, you just seen it for V-trigger 2, and with V-trigger 1 he still also can get to activate, and that is a good change. I think it's really good for V-trigger 2 in particular actually. Because like let's check out a scenario like that. You are walking back and forth in the neutral, your opponents dare to jump at you. You will obviously anti-air with the lariat if you don't fail it like me. You actually get more now, but you can actually get like an SBD here. So maybe this is actually a good change for this V-trigger. I'm thinking it's gonna make it a little bit more useful because it buffs his anti-air game and buffs his defense significantly. This seems like a really cool buff to me in my opinion, especially regarding using it as an anti-air like that. So it's a really cool change for his lariat. The other change is for his Cyclone Lariat. That is the V-trigger 1. And the change here is that when you hit an airborne opponent, they will also get sucked in, and the same effect will happen. This is a very cool change because let's, for example, here Mika will wake up with the V-shift, right? So let's knock her down and have him wake up with V-shift, for example, right? So let's check out a situation like that one. Obviously with Zangief you will do like a heavy SBD. Here on wake up you might go for a mix-up, right? Your opponent might V-shift. And what they want you to do now is, since they might V-shift, you will use your standing heavy kick to crush counter them, right? Now the crush counter, you get the air juggle and you still get the SBD. Obviously that was too late, but if you do it early enough, you shall still be able to get the full conversion, right? Now this hits like that, and you obviously get to jump and do the EXR SBD. Obviously my execution with SBDs is trash, but you get the idea. I think this is to combat the V-shift against his V-trigger a little bit, but it is a really cool buff nonetheless. The other change is to his Porsche Dynamite. Porsche Dynamite is the air throw, and pretty much this is to damage nerf it by a little bit. This is a small damage nerf when it's cancelled from the forward or from the air headbutt. So for example, now when you have V trigger 2 on, let's put V trigger 2 on. So pretty much when you do that now and cancel into the Porsche Dynamite, let me do it again without failing obviously. This is doing less damage now. It's still doing a grip, so it's not like that big of a deal. I wonder if you can actually do this. Does that work? Let's put him in the corner. I actually want to see that. Haven't tried this one before. No, it doesn't work. But if you happen to land this as an air-to-air, it is doing a little bit less damage. And one thing they did is that they also changed it to a throw. They changed it to a hit instead of a throw. So that is actually really interesting. Not really sure what the implications of that will be, but it is a change. I think this is gonna affect like which DB you're gonna use against it. Seems like it might make it better at baiting DBs, but we will have to wait and see how it plays out. And the last thing is that they increased the stun frames on the EX version, so pretty much he gets to have better situation after the EX version. So now after the EX version, I wonder what does he get. You get to dash and be -4, so I'm not really sure what is he getting now, but you seem closer to your opponent. And anyway, that's it for Zangief. I'm not really sure how to feel about him, to be honest, because yeah, the V-shift is gonna hurt him a lot. The nerf to his standing heavy punch kinda sucks. His neutral got a little bit weaker in terms of pokes. Obviously V-shift is a big concern, but I do like the idea of being able to lariat into big damage. This is a very big buff, because now Zangief is gonna be super scary when he's walking up to you. So I think he got nerfed overall thanks to the V-shift, but I do think Zangief is gonna be fine. Because you can use the Lariat versus Fireballs, you can use it in the neutral. There are some uses to it, but I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out. Obviously his standing heavy kick is probably gonna be a good tool against it. You can probably delay EXSBD to catch the V-shift. Right, so let's set up Mika to wake up now with the V-shift. I want to see if you can delay SBD to catch her. So if I do a heavy EX SBD, can I delay my next EX SBD? Oh my goodness. I feel like I have the worst execution ever when it comes to SBDs. Okay, so let's try to delay it a little bit now. Yeah, I mean, I guess some characters will be able to V-shift out of it, but like you see, looks like delayed SBD might work. So I do think he will still have some mix-ups here, but it's probably not as strong as it used to be. And that is pretty much it for Zangief. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment. It helps the channel so much. I will leave the link to the Patreon and Discord server in the description. Thank you very much for watching and stay safe.